They'll be calling you radical. Back to Fukushima, back to this rat troll Ken from Wood Holes, and all you print media, this blogger in Alaska, you guys all over who trying to make yourself feel better. He quotes Ken as being the world's foremost expert on ocean. If he wouldn't even make the top 1 billion experts. You guys want to know everything about these rats, troll, Gundershield, Busby, Ken. Check out their funding. Check out who they work for. Check out Ken's funding. Check out my funding. Go for it. These guys misrepresentation. These guys belong in prison cells. Ken from Woodhull is going to end up in a prison cell. I mean, you want to talk lawsuits and mouths are going to fly at this guy? His own study, he participated in June 2011. His name's on the study. One of the radioisotopes that they pulled out of the ocean, 25 miles out, 300, and his name's on the study, 1,000 times the background levels. That's his own study. He comes across like the Pacific Ocean is a bathtub. Like somehow it just slowly homogenizes into the ocean and it dilutes. Any person that ever uses the word dilute, this is 101, kids. The solution to pollution is dilute. This is not pollution. This is the opposite of pollution. This is nuclear fallout. You people that make yourself feel better. Who am I and what am I? Representation. I'm a guy full of amyloid fighting for my life, trying to save your life post Fukushima, telling the truth in the reality, logical. These guys quoting, this guy from Stony Brook, Canberra, are quoting data that does not exist. That's the problem. The marine biologists, the fraud of the marine biologists. There are no studies. We have to rely on what we do have. We have to rely on logic. What we do have says it is not safety. A fish was caught off the coast of Fukushima a year and a half ago with 16,000 times the so-called safe limits. You eat that fish. Okay, you're swimming through the ocean. That 1,000 times, Ken Burns' own data, goes through its gills, gets into its flesh. Does it just go away? The cesium 137, 134 over time, 12 years, 20 years. But the plutonium Pu 239, which you don't get one without the other. It's all flowing into the Pacific Ocean. Somebody says, oh, the radioisotopes are too light. What? What? Are you kidding me? It's flowing right into the Pacific Ocean right there. So you're up in Alaska. We know the data. We know the data from the salmon catch. We know the data from the sardine catch. We know the data from the sea lions. We know the data. They're getting, I mean, the sea lion right here, Hogle Zoo, got leukemia right after I did. Boom, lost 7-8 pounds a day, just like I did. Boom, dead. Leukemia. You go denial all you want. You can eat fish, say for 100 days, maybe be fine, but what happens if you get that fish? These are pockets. So the water's flowing down over to 3 full core, at least 3, probably more 6 or 7, full core meltdowns. It runs over to, it flows into the ocean, catches into the current. There's a little eddy current that goes like that, flows into the Japanese current. The Japanese current comes up, flows it up into the Gulf of Alaska, down via the California current. Very swift rivers. The bridge made it to Oregon, Eugene in what, 6 days? How did Fukushima happen? You keep listening to these morons all you want. We know factually that there's heavy, heavy, heavy contamination going to the Pacific Ocean. You look at Vargas herself went over ABC. They put that scientist real quickly and they just go up there, boom, boom, 1,000 times background, boom. That's just set up. These, it doesn't, okay, you throw it in there. Never fails, don't it? You throw anything in there. Contamination into the ocean, which has been going on for 47, 48 days. It doesn't just go and dilute. I mean, you're so postured and grown, this is not pollution. This is nuclear fallout. The half-lives are hundreds of thousands. We know we have moxie fuel number 3. These are hundreds of thousands of years of half-lives. It just doesn't go away. To think that it's just, are you kidding me? And no studies coming. I mean, you think how outrageous it is that we have no data. You check out Ken's funding. Check out what he's about. He's a fraud. These marine biologists are frauds. Misrepresentation. Oh, I'm about. And you people want to go quote these guys as experts. This guy from Stony Brook quoting the tracer study in the tuna for 2011 wasn't even a study. He has no study. He's no more a scientist than I'm an astronaut. I'm a cancer victim. I'm the victim of watching my father nuked to death. I'm in the theater. I'm in the more practice context of the reality of it. I used to say I eat, sleep, drink this. I literally sleep with it. I'm in the fight for my life full of leukemia. Watching it in a hardcore fashion. In detail. You want to talk expert? Bring it on. I present my data. I have the data from the 40,000 Marines who were nuked to death. I have the data from Chernobyl. I have the data from the Utah Downwinders thesis. I have Richard Miller's work. I present it over and over and over and over. These guys print me Alaska? Are you kidding me? Go into the sockeye catch. Go into the sardine catch. I talked to Alaska fisheries up there. They're not even letting cameras in those fisheries. Go have another fish burger at freaking Wendy's. They're telling me for the last 2 years they're seeing birds come on in all the fish. The catch is way down. All these animals dying and nobody, I mean, really, we see, okay, say it even isn't British. Say we're going to accept your lie and your thesis. The sea lions dying, the two garfish dead, the freaking squid committed, the young juvenile squid committing suicide on Santa Cruz Beach, the eagles dying here over and over and over, the moose dying, the whales dying and everything. Okay, let's say, then what is it? Then you tell me what is it? What, this just happens just because? I mean, your illogical, irrational, idealistic, freaking make yourself feel better is bullshit. People are dying in dramatic fashion all the time. The CDC, the World Health Organization, all hijacked. We get no real data. We don't know any data. I argue with our own hospital and they, we know. Finally, I got it out of one of our doctors. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. The impropriety of people in our hospital from southern Utah that make up less than 3% of our population, yet the hospitals probably got 30 or 40% of their victims are from that region. Open air tests, Utah. We all knew what a downwinder was. But you forgot. Plutonium didn't forget. It's where the wind blows. It's where the water flows. I go back as I've been watching Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys, the one clip with him and Bruce Willis in the institution. He goes off the scientist. Not only did they not believe him, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, oh, we're not going to wash our hands. Not only was he absolutely 100% correct, not only did they push back on the truth so hard on him, they actually put him in a mental institution and beat him to death. That's the exact same thing. You can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't feel it because you're ignorant. So it doesn't exist. Ken Burns, excuse me, there's a Freudian slip. Ken from Woodholes, Arnie Gundershield, Chris Busby, and if you've seen the emails that I have while I was in critical condition, in there, I've been reporting this dramatic from day one, as you guys all know. Verification, confirmation, oh yeah. Everything I've said has been so incredibly 100% accurate, it's outrageous. As 800 of the so-called workers are already dead, as they lie about the so-called Fukushima 50, you know, he's dead, that guy's dead. Oh, he died of, oh, coincidence, it's all coincidence. The mob's running the cleanup force over there. Oh, it's all coincidence, you don't care. You know, and you guys are going to posh and grim. So this passive-aggressive behavior by guys like that, that is who's killing you. It's always killed you. This hairspray masquerade party we've developed in the last 30 years. It stole your money, it stole your jobs, it's freaking, now it's still in your air. These passive-aggressive, John Goffman, I go back, 1090. That's exactly what they're doing to you. It's outrageous. They don't help us, they kill us. This softball activism in the environmental theater. You know, Hill from freaking right here in Utah, they freaking destroyed the Blue Castle. I had the Blue Castle buried, done. No, they got to step up and try to raise funding and hire Gundershield to come in as their sub. Let them up off the mat. When I got them pinned down to the mat, they're done. I kicked their ass till they were fucking done. I exposed their lead dog fucking illegal funding. But no, we got to raise money for Greenpeace, which is funded by the nuclear industry. We got to remember the syrup funded by the nuclear industry. We got to freaking raise money. So, we talk soft like this for the hairspray. Let's have a dinner. We'll bring in a guy playing the guitar and we'll raise some fun. And Kevin Blanch has got these guys buried and their asses kicked and we're going to let them off the mat. I ain't letting you fuckers off the mat. I'm going to hold every one of you motherfuckers accountable. Every one of you, you Bunderson fucking Shields, you fucking Busby fucking Gundershield, this fucking Ken. Oh, I am not going to forget. You want to fucking try to kill me? You label me, I'll label you. I dub the unforgiven. Stand tuned. Hello.